Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, all the cabinet secretaries in this country, according to the law and the constitution of this land, are not supposed to engage in political activities, especially when it comes to campaigning. That is why, for any cabinet secretary, if you are a member of a political party, you must go and resign for you to serve in the capacity of a CS. We saw Musalia Mudavadi resigning as ANC party leader and handing it over to Governor and Timam. For Opiyo Wandayi to join the cabinet, he had to resign. John Mbadi had to resign. A position that was given to Gladys Wanga. So that is it. You can't serve when you are in leadership of a political party, when you are in active politics. But we wonder, after all that, it only remains a formality. Again, this year has come back and lead campaign. That's one thing that is really unwanting in the cabinet. So, Yvonne Okwara on Citizen TV, in an interview with the CS for Energy, Opiyo Wandayi, she threw a question to Opiyo Wandayi. The weekend, that was last week, was highly charged for the 2027, including the CSS involving themselves in the campaign. And among those CSS, you, Opiyo Wandayi, she was pointing at him. He was actually in the active campaigns. Opiyo Wandayi responded to this. And he is claiming that he was not in a campaign. He was simply explaining to Kenyans what the government of President William Ruto is doing for them. I don't know if you saw this.
So we're seeing heightened political affairs, some of which you're a part of, as you say, because you are a member of ODM amongst other cabinet secretaries who are also members of different parties. But the weekends are highly charged, We see opposition officials in some place, the president in others. It seems everybody is already campaigning for 2027, including cabinet secretaries like yourself, correct?
I'm not sure if that amounts to campaign, really.
Okay, because so calling for the re-election of President William Ruto, that's not campaigning?
I have said campaigns are clearly provided for under the law.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But have you been campaigning for President William Ruto?
You may choose to call it campaign, but the fact is that I've been explaining to Kenyans what the government of President William Ruto is doing for them.
Okay.
And
asking them to re-elect him.
And that if they feel satisfied...
Wandayi has said that he has been simply explaining to Kenyans what President William Ruto's government is doing to them, but not campaigning. That is what he has said. Is it true that Opiyo Wandayi is not involved in the campaigns and is on explaining what the government is doing? Now, this is what Opiyo Wandayi is referring to as explaining to Kenyans what Ruto's government is doing to them. Listen to this.
What we are saying is that as a people, as the people from this region, as members of the Luo community, it is only logical that we support Ruto so that he gets his second term and he forms a government with our votes in it. That's all. Anybody else can run. Just run. Just run. But we'll be running in vain, I can tell you. We'll be running in vain. So let us not split hairs. Ukweli ni kwamba kwa mambo ya uchaguzi ambao unakuja mwaka 2027. There are only two formations. Formation ya Mheshimiwa Ruto na formation ya Wamunyoro. So if you insist that our alliance with President Ruto is not right, it's not good for you, then show us the other viable option. Show us. Don't just make noise. Show us. Are you telling us to go and join Gachagua? No. Huh? Are they telling us to go and work with Gachagua? So what are they telling us? If I've said there are only two formations, Ruto and the Gachagua group, the Ruto team and the Wamunyoro group, and here you are continuing to destabilize our alliance and union with Ruto. So what do you want of us? Yes, I can assure you. And in Sierra here, Elisha. And in Sierra here, wacha niseme leo nikiwa hapa game. Hapa Sierra. Mimi na viongozi wengi sana, in fact nearly all the MPs, have resolved to support President Ruto and to make him get his second term. And in terms of making him get a second term from here, I will be in the lead. Yes. Mimi. Yes.
Now, I want us to continue with the panel and discussion, but before we go deep into that, I have a quick and a humble request for those who are watching the channel and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, I think you can now get the point to understand why Opiyo and I looked emotional, irritated, and angrily responding to that, because he was caught unaware. And you see, Yvonne Okwara was smart. She was just poking on to irritate Opiyo and I by repeating that question, even by pointing at him, that including you. It seems everybody is already campaigning for 2027, including CSS like yourself. It really irritated Opiyo and I. But Yvonne Okwara was talking with the facts, because you can go and see. Opiyo is saying that I have been explaining to Kenyans what the government of President William Ruto is doing to them. He clearly said that I will be in the lead in campaigning for Ruto to make him a two-term president. Is that what is said while in Luo Nyanza? Is that explaining to Kenyans what Ruto's government is doing to them? If now we have to put facts here, that's what he said. So being in the lead to campaign for Ruto to making him a two-term, according to Opiyo and I, is an explanation to Kenyans about what Ruto's government is doing to them. Sasa hivi ndio wanasiasa mara mingi wametubeba ujinga kwa lugha ya mtaa. Wametuchukulia tu sisi ni wajinga, we don't understand anything, they can take us to any direction and we follow. Hapo ndio sasa hizi siasa zimetufikisha. When Opiyo and I goes on to say that as a community, Luo community, is only logic to vote for Ruto to form government with our votes inside it. He is whipping a community in a certain political direction. He is actually trying to plant a sense of political direction. It's a campaign. I did not see any service delivery that he took the people of Luo Nyanza. In that event, he was typically campaigning, not really explaining what the government is doing to the people. But he comes to the interview and wants to take the narrative and say that I am explaining to the people what the government is doing. Opiyo and I. Sidhani kama ndugu zetu Wajaluo ni wajinga kwa kiwango hicho. Hapana. Ama sidhani kama Yvonne Okwara ni mjinga. No. Yvonne Okwara is very smart. She knew what she was asking because she had fact at her fingertips. And this is the reason why this guy is angry. That's why he's getting emotional. There was no any more peace in that Citizen newsroom. Haikuwa. Na hivyo ndio mara mingi hawa wanasiasa wametubeba. So it seems Ruto did not actually choose technocrats to the cabinet to help him run the government. Instead, Ruto chose politicians to go and save him from the political oblivion. Otherwise, if a cabinet secretary is busy campaigning, it simply tells you that the president is in a big problem. Politically, he's not doing well. And so, CSS will be assigned to go and do politics because they don't have enough politicians to help him here and there. Otherwise, how can you conclude from such a statement in a public from a cabinet secretary who should not be a politician? I don't know if yes, but please let us meet in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much and see you in our next video.